He started his ministry in defiance of what the leadership at his church was saying. And as a result, his ministry has expanded. He was able to do more for the community. He was able to go further out into the world. He was able to visit different countries to start other churches very similar to his. In-house ministry. See, there are so many different opportunities that we do have to be responsible. There are so many different opportunities that we have to make a difference, to make a change. We have the opportunity to do just that, but because we're so scared of taking that first foot forward, because we're so nervous on making an impact, because we're so afraid of what the outcome is going to be, because we don't know what people are going to say to what we're doing. We don't know if people are going to either welcome it or people are going to chastise it. We are so concerned about what people think that we don't even take a step out to know what people need. And some people need to hear that someone is caring for them, that someone is thinking about them, that someone is close by. That there have been many moments in my time, in my life, that I have walked out in the streets and I've seen people who are less fortunate, and I tried to give them whatever is in my pocket. And if I don't got any money in my pocket, then I tried to give them something. I tried to give them some type of substance. I remember this one time I went to go buy some food, and I was walking around and I saw somebody in the need, and I was like, hey man, listen, I got some food right here. You want this? And they're like, nah, man, I don't need the food, man. You got any money? I said, nah, I don't got no money. I just bought the food with the money, man. So what's up? You want this? Nah, man, I'm good, man. I don't want it. Well, it's very clear what they wanted, but I'm not going to make that distinction. I'm not going to make that judgment on that person. That's not my place, nor is it yours. Maybe you are in a better position than someone who is less fortunate, and because they're less fortunate, maybe they have resulted into looking at drugs, looking at alcohol as a way to cope with the pain. Maybe that's what they're doing, and maybe they don't want to allow you to help them with food or substance. They just need money so they can get more drugs, get more stuff to drink. And that's and it's not a good thing, but it's not something for us to judge anybody else by, because we don't know what's going on with them. We don't know what kind of pain they're going through that they need to ease it. See, when I went out with the kids for my church, we went to go feed the homeless. The one thing that they kept saying was, man, thank you so much. This is really appreciative. Is there any way I could get some more food for my family? And we're saying, yo, take as much food as you want, because it's not about us. And yes, we're doing something during the holidays, and it's because of the holidays and everything like that. Everybody's doing things for the community. Everybody's doing things for the homeless people. But what about right now in January, this is January 22nd, 23rd? What about January 23rd? What are we doing right now for that community? What are we doing for those people? See, this is a question that I have to ask myself, because I have to be able to realize and understand that I have to do more to help. Being homeless sucks. It does. And I feel for those who are homeless. See, I have been blessed, and I give God thanks every single day, because I still have a home that I can live in, even though I don't have a place of employment. I am still in my home, and I pay my bills every single month with no problem. God is something else. But what about those who are out on the street that are in the cold? Man, that thing breaks my heart every time I think about it. I don't even like to step out into the cold to go into my car. And granted, my car is a 2003 Audi A4, and I have no heat in my car, and my water pump seems to be going, and all these type of problems that I'm having with my car, but yet still my car is able to go from point A to point B. Exactly. See, my church, we often like to do community outreach. And one thing about me, I love to do community outreach because I like to reach out to the community. I want the community to know that we are here and that we're here to serve them. And that I want the community to know that we are going to encourage them. We had a, we had a community breakfast, right? We had a community breakfast one time. And during this community breakfast, we sent advertisements out. We sent all these things out for people to come to this community breakfast. And there was people from the church that came to help, which was really good. And I was very happy to see them there. And I was happy to see them helping out. But then I started to see something different. I started to see some people complain. Oh, I'm here early and nobody's here. And I'm like, man, who cares? Who cares? There will be people here. So I decided to get out, and I went out into the community and I started to talk to people. See, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing. But I want to show you and give you an example of what responsibility is all about. I made sure I took myself out so I can reach out people who were in the community. I saw this lady, this Spanish lady walking with a whole bunch of bags in her cart, and she was walking, and I don't know where she was heading, but I said to her, I was like, hey, I attend the church up the street, and we're having a breakfast for the community. It's a free breakfast. You could come in and get some food. She was like, oh, okay. Is there any way that I can eat and take some extra food? I said, absolutely. Go and get some food. It'll be great. And if you need help with talking to somebody, I have a brother downstairs who speaks Spanish, so we could definitely communicate with you. She said, okay, gracias. I said, de nada. I kept it moving. And then I saw another man in his yard. I said, hey, listen, sir, we're having a community breakfast up the street. You and your family are invited to come and to eat with us. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're not trying to convince you over to our ministry or anything like that. That's not what this is about. This is just us trying to give back because we have an abundance. We're trying to give back. And I remember the man said, well, I would love to come out, but my wife is sick. She's injured, and I can't afford to leave her like this because God forbid something happens. I said, well, listen, man, we have some fruits, we have some pancakes, we have some waffles. What you want? Tell me what you want, and I will go out and get it and bring it back to you. You have my word. You have my word. And I remember he said, okay, well, I if you got some pancakes, bring me some pancakes. If you got some fruits, bring me some fruits. I said, consider it done. I ran over to the church. I got all the things that he asked for. I put it all in a bag. I came right back to him. He told me that, yo, I didn't expect to see you back here. I said, what you mean? He said, I figured that you was going to, you say, yeah, and then you was just going to go and be out. And you ain't going to come back. I said, nah, man, not at all. I said, not at all. Because I gave you my word. It is my responsibility as a Christian to serve you who are in the community. That is my responsibility. That is the onus that I picked up. That is what I decided to do. So I did just that. You have the option of being responsible for your actions or neglecting your actions. We have a community that is dying, a community that has been dying for some time. If there's anything that you can do, if you can't donate your money, if you can't donate any type of food or any type of substance to your community, donate your time, donate your energy, donate your support. When you see community outreach programs that's happening in your community, don't turn a blind eye. Don't turn the other way to say, oh man, they're just going to be asking me for money. Maybe they're just asking for your support. Maybe they're asking for your cheers. Maybe they're just asking for your presence. We have to get out of the world of criticism and speculation and focus on what is needed for us to accomplish, what God is calling for us to do. That's what we need to do. That's what needs to happen. We need to be reliable. We have to be reliant on each other. We have to be responsible for each other's actions. We have to respond to our ability to help. One thing about this ministry that I would like to do, I would like to reach out to the communities. I would like to reach out to different third world countries that need support. I would like to send care packages. You know, I have a business. And my business is called Sam's Brago. I build Lego brooches, Lego lapel pins out of scratch. I build them. I build them in something that you wear on your suits, something you wear on your shirts, something like that. That's what I do. And I promised myself that I would do this, and right after this broadcast, I'm going to live up to that promise. I promised in the month of November that whatever proceeds I made in the month of November, I would donate a portion of that to a ministry. I was going to donate a portion of that to outreach for the community, for the islands that were impacted by Hurricane Uma. So I gotta do that. I just haven't gotten around to sitting down, looking at what I made and just donating. Even if I made $15 that month, I'm giving 10% of that $15 to where to a function. And even though it's not a lot of money, every bit counts. This morning we have been talking about responsibility. This morning we have been focused on responsibility. So my question to you is, how responsible are you going to be?